we start our day, we have to do a little bit of grocery shopping.
Oh no, they don't have our go-to. No pesto sauce.
I'm sure they do because they're already.
In case you're wondering why we might look a little rednecky here, there's a sticker on our fridge. It came with a plastic cover, and I'm gonna blame Steve. He didn't want to get this all scratched up, so it's still on there. So I guess we should probably take that off at some point and look like a normal van, like we live in our van. And
That one egg looks kind of rotten.
this one?
No, the big red one.
But look, this one, this one looks yellow. Yeah, that is a weird looking egg. All right. So we took care of some things. Number one, groceries. Number two, a little healthy snack. Number three, and now to the library to get some work done. How convenient is that? We just came out of the Aldi parking lot. The library is right across the street. You didn't even realize that. Sometimes the odds are in your favor. Couldn't have planned that better, huh?
Nice.
So we found our table, and we have learned to definitely use these. It is so gross. Every time we wipe down these tables, they're always dirty. So it's clear the staff does not wipe down these tables like ever. I assumed they would like every night. How's this one? It's hard to see on here, but
This
yep.
one's not quite as bad as the last ones we were at.
Yeah. I mentioned before that we were in Key West and there wasn't much space there and people were coughing everywhere, so we both got sick that trip.
See?
Oh, that one's gross. Yeah. It's funny that one wasn't as bad, but yep, pretty gross. So lots of germies. Feels good out here. It was freezing in that library.
Bit of an ice box in there, huh?
So it's nice out here and it feels good. Got a lot of work done. A little bit better today than yesterday.
Nailed it.
And this library is a little bit nicer too. And what are you doing?
Just making ourselves a ham sandwich for lunch.
Our vegetable of choice for lunch are radishes. So we'd like to know what you think about radishes. I feel like it's not something that's very common, and Steve had never had them before, at least like this.
My review of the radish is, at first, it doesn't have much taste. But once it mixes with the saliva of the mouth, there's some tanginess to it.
A little kick, huh?
A little kick. It's kind of fun.
So tell us what you think. Definitely got a good crunch and tang. Wonder how healthy they are.
Ah, the radish. Makes you wonder who the first person was to ever eat one. They came across them growing in the wild. It was like 3 dudes. All the dudes were like, you try it first. No, you try it first. Finally, the one guy did it. He didn't die. It's a good starting point. And he's like, it's not bad, fellas. It's got some tang. So I'm just looking up what radishes are good for. And the internet tells me radishes are rich in antioxidants and minerals like calcium, and potassium, lower high blood pressure and reduce risk for heart disease.
So we should definitely eat more radishes. 5 vans for the radishes. There's your review for the day of a vegetable. A root vegetable, probably. Some YouTubers review bathrooms and some gas stations like Buc-ee's. Maybe we should start reviewing libraries. They're all so different. That one was kind of cool. It had some neat little airplanes, little model airplanes hanging from the ceiling, and it actually had a giant size chess set that if we had had more time we would have played. And there's just lots of things that we could rate, such as the temperature, the bathrooms, the environment overall, Wi-Fi, etc., etc. So, any thoughts on today's library?
It scores pretty well. Yeah. Had a nice room that we were working in. They had a TV playing in the background, which at first I thought would be okay, but it was the same program over and over and over again. We were there for
A few hours.
So
Yeah.
once you get keyed into that, it can drive you kind of nuts. But overall, one of the better ones.
Yeah, good Wi-Fi. It was too cold though, but I can always bring a sweatshirt in or whatever. So it was like a good experience compared to some others we've had. And I didn't get hangry today, so overall a good experience. Now, on to the next part of the day, which is the fun part of the day. We're going to be checking out a new state park.
In 800 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Alright, $5 per vehicle. Or as usual, free with a park pass.
Hello.
Hey, how are y'all?
We've arrived to Ravine Gardens State Park. Is that going to hit us?
It'll be close, but
Just go slow.
I don't think it's gonna.
Oh, it is higher than I thought. Alright, so we're going to do the loop drive up above the ravine. Check things out a little bit here. Oh, that's pretty. Gullies, trenches, or sinkholes caused by temporary flooding, the steephead ravines are a permanent feature with a spring-fed creek that never dries up called Whitewater Branch. The underground water bubbling up cuts into the bank and carries the sand and soil downstream to the St. Johns River. So the history of this park is a little interesting. Back at the end of the 1800s in this area, the industry was booming from citrus and lumber. But then there was a huge freeze, I guess, that put an end to all the citrus at that time. And then the Depression hit, and this area was really struggling. So they decided to develop this into a tourist attraction. And they planted, I guess, lots and lots of plants, especially azaleas, which this park is known for. And it drew a lot of visitors. And I guess it helped the economy in this area. And then later it became a state park. And what's unique about this area is that there's really steep inclines the ravine edges. There's 2 ravines in this area. I think like the highest is 120 feet. And so it's just kind of a unique layout for a park. So they've taken advantage of it.
Audrey, look, fishes. Here, I'll catch one for you.
Have it for dinner. Oh, you're scaring them away. Did they all go away?
Let's see if I can do this. See if my reflexes are as sharp as they once were. Come here.
Wait! Oh, good job. So far, I would say I'm not too impressed. Are you?
It's, for Florida, it's different. This reminds me of upstate New York
Yeah.
with these kind of hills.
All right, the ravines. We have a lot of gorges in New York.
Yeah.
The suspension bridge is cool. We haven't seen all the park yet. There might be a lot more neat stuff. I'm not sure how much of the actual formal gardens are left. And one of the draws here, like I mentioned, is that there are supposed to be lots of azaleas. But of course, what I say the season for azaleas is January to March. We're here on April 1st. Joke's on us. No azaleas blooming. We haven't seen any yet. There might still be some. We'll see. Alright, now it's time to head back to the van, check out some other spots. I'm going to drive around the rest of the loop.
There's your azalea.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Looks like a bird targeted our window.
They're like Steve and Audra.
Wonder how long it took them to dig this whole ravine out. What they do with all the dirt? These are the questions I want answered.
So we made a quick little stop at this overlook. So like Steve said, I guess the unique thing about this park is that this is just very unusual for Florida to have like a gorge like this or a ravine. But it's nothing too spectacular to look at compared to other parts of the country. But anyway, there was that overlook. And there's our nice white van. Isn't she pretty? Schmeh.
Schmeh?
Yeah, schmeh.
Schmeh on the rating scale?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. So now we're just going to keep doing this loop that's up at the top of the ravine. Right?
Sounds good.
This is a pretty little drive, though. So we made it back down to the bottom. And we did see 2 azalea bushes blooming with maybe just a few blooms. That was it. So we were sitting here debating what to do. There are some trails and stuff. We debated putting our toes in the water, but it's kind of a hot day, and we just think it's better to maybe just go back and check out the downtown by the lake. It looked kind of neat. So I think that's what we're going to do. So something's going on here. We have front row seats to something that looks like it's sponsored by Bass Florida Nation. Is it a fishing competition? Are they talking about weight? We should go see. Look at this pretty brown water.
To me, this is why you do van life. You just stumble across the most random things and the most random places. Who would have thought that we would have stumbled across a fishing tournament?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Walking around the downtown a little bit. Alright, Steve wants to go see the bingo palace, so that's what we're gonna do. I-17.
Bingo.
What do you see in the bingo palace?
Bingo players.
Yeah, really? They're playing?
I'm tempted to go in there. Bingo palace.
Alright, as you can see, we're back at the van. We did a little walk around town. It's funny when it's warm, like how easy it is just to get exhausted. I guess that's what happens when you're walking around and exploring things too. So I think something we have to learn when we travel, especially me, is just to kind of pace myself and make sure to chill out and relax. We don't always have to be doing something. So it's kind of nice to be back here in the van now, by the water with a breeze. And we're cooking up some dinner. A little broccoli with garlic and olive oil. Look at this goodness. Another Mexican taco kind of night. Steve's having some burritos. I'm going to make a little taco salad. Alright folks, it's a new episode of Van Life Olympics. Steve's going to try to throw the can into the trash can. Do you think you can?
Yep. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man. You want another try? I don't know. You want to try a third time?
Last time.
3, 2, 1. Oh. He failed. I don't know. How do you feel about that Olympic episode?
Pretty embarrassing, but I'll keep trying. Practice makes perfect.
All right. Well, this train, or in our case, this van, is leaving Palatka. We considered actually staying over by the water overnight to see if we would be able to do it without getting a knock, but then we talked more about it. We actually are heading tomorrow to do some stuff around Gainesville, so we decided it's about an hour away. We're just going to head that way tonight, so we're closer in the morning. So on the road again. Well, I guess we're creatures of habit, aren't we?
Yep.
Are you guys surprised that we're at a Cracker Barrel? We actually talked about doing something else, but we're so tired we just came here. We maybe we'll try a different spot one of these nights when we're in the area. It feels good to be parked. It feels like it's been a long day even though we didn't do that much. I'm ready to crash. Alright guys, well, we are calling it a night. I feel like it's been a long few days. And I guess part of van life, and any really life in general, there's always ups and downs. We've had a few days that are just kind of schmeh, as I would say. So they're just so-so days. Nothing spectacular or exciting, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay. So we're just working on trying to enjoy it despite and keep at it. So there you have it. A few okay days. Hopefully it'll get better as we keep exploring this area. So we'll catch you next time.